from there I ate, and then I put the leftover in the fridge for my husband. So I used to save the steak that I took out, 3 packages of those. So I was able to find things from that second freezer for dinner that day, and everything else trash. So 2 freezers content, they were both full. One small freezer, 5 feet cubic, full of vegetables went in the garden. Another one full went in the garden and trash. I have glass jar of broth and sauce, cooked pizza sauce. I just dump them in a bag and put it. In fact, I dump it in the garden, not in the where I'm growing things, but yeah, the edge of the property in the garden somewhere, and just the one that has meat in it went in the bag and went in the trash, and just wash my jars, and what else? Yeah, I found a lot of cream cheese. That's something that I freeze because I like cream cheesecake and I like to make it during holidays. So I have a lot of those. I don't even know how many packages. I took some more for us to eat with the bread because they were kind of semi-hard. By the time I get to dinner time, they were still cold, but when I took it out, we didn't get to it. It just became soft. Don't know for how long they are at room temperature. I didn't want to risk it. They went in the trash. So there was many 8 ounces box of cream cheese that I put in the trash. More than 8. They went in the trash. So, and we have bags of green beans that came from the garden. I grew them probably 2 years ago, and they are there. Some of them were frozen. I found zucchini frozen. What am I going to do with grocery bag full of bags, quart bags of green beans, zucchini that are shredded? What am I going to do with bags of those grocery bags that contain frozen zip bags of those in one day? They were frozen. Some of them were frozen. I used one for dinner. Everything else, zucchini and green bean, they went in the trash. We couldn't even eat the peas. So I'm even talking about green beans, right? I just used the zucchini, added to the peas to cook it, to steam it. So yeah, that freezer pretty much everything went in the trash. But what I was able to find for the kids to have lunch, which was the yogurt, the berries, and the graham cracker, that was their dinner that Saturday. No, that was their lunch for that Saturday, but they ate it for a while because I have like big bowl full of that for them, and then they got tired of it and we tossed the rest. That was their lunch. And then dinner, the peas, the mussels, the meat that I found, that was somewhat thawed, and the bread. So that's that. So I was able to make French fries and on that clay stove, fry it, and the oil. What did I do with the oil? I tossed the oil as well, so I didn't use a lot of oil. I just tossed it. So that's that, because you go in the fridge and didn't really want to bother with those things, so I just toss it. And what? So 2 chest freezers, trash, garden. Sunday, so then I got to the fridge, and the freezer attached to the fridge. Things were bad there. I wish I opened it earlier. When we opened it on Saturday morning before we got the light, things were bad in it. So when we got the light around 6, I had to clean that fridge. It took me more than an hour to take things to the tub, wash them, bring them back, clean the whole fridge, freezer, move the fridge, clean the wall, the floor, sticking things on the floor. It just took me so long. By the time I was done, it was around 9 p.m. and I was just so exhausted. From 10 in the morning to 10 p.m. I was constantly cleaning freezer, fridge, and then cook between. And I had to open those single bags to dump those vegetables in the garden and wash those quart jars and paint jars that had food that I emptied, ice cream buckets and things like that. Was just, it was so exhausting. And then I cleaned the floor underneath the freezers, the chest freezer, because it was kind of moldy. So I was so exhausted that I didn't know if I tackle the meat freezer, I'll be productive or effective or make sound decisions. So at that point, to me, it was frozen or thaw, nothing in between. If it thaw, it goes in the trash. If it's frozen, it stays. But I didn't want to plug my meat freezer so that I know what thaw and what stay frozen. So I didn't plug it. I went to bed, and when I woke up on Sunday morning, without my husband's help, I just started that freezer. And I opened it and I recorded some videos that I'll share. I think I put in the trash one pork roast, sausage, any sausage roll, and pork sausage roll and pork sausage link went in the trash. They were thaw. They were not bad, they were thaw, they were cold. But if it's that thaw, it just, I won't eat it. I won't cook it for my kids. So they went in the trash. But then I have frozen items at the bottom. I have a turkey. A part of it was thaw, a part of it thaw. So I put it in the trash as well. The chicken was semi-hard. I put it in the sink and we cook it that day. I have 2 pork roast that thaw but was somewhat frozen. I took it to the sink and I baked it. So we ate those for the week, and that was Sunday. So Sunday was kind of busy for me to fry chicken and bake 2 pork roasts in the oven the whole day on slow heat, and then pork chops were kind of thaw. I took it out and I baked them as well, and 2 ground beef. I took them out and I cooked them, put them in the fridge. So I was able to salvage those meats. Everything else remained frozen or barely thawed. So I kept them I took them out, put them in the smallest freezer that I already washed a day earlier, plug it, and then I washed that freezer, wipe it, move it. The ground thankfully was not, the floor thankfully was not bad. So wipe the floor, put it back, and then I plug it. And after hours, I put the meat back in it and close it. But I put those meat in the bag so that I knew that we have those meat, and those are the ones we'll eat first. So we have that. And I told my husband that, well, he showed me an ad this week that has chicken 49 cents a pound. I told him that I like to get 20 of that if that's possible, because if I say I'll cook chicken once a week, that's 52 weeks in a year. So I need 52 bags of that. But will I get 52 bags? I don't know. That's how I made my calculation to know how much of something I need for a year, for a month. That's just that. I don't have to be precise. So I'm thinking about having 20 of that, because the lowest price we buy is 49 cents or 39 cents. So 49 cents is a good deal for me. If I can get 10 bags, that's great. 20, that's great as well. So we'll see how many we'll get. They have cream cheese on sale for 99 cents or something like that. I can buy a few and put it back in the freezer. And I think they have grape on sale. We'll get some. Banana on sale, we'll get some as well. So did I regret having those food in the freezer and then dumping them? No, I don't. Will I stock up again on freezer staples? Yes, I will. Because once in a while, having this it's not a reason for me not to have all my food on hand. I use those a lot. In the past, I have stocked up my freezers to go through winter. Now, with the virus we have, but we are having problem controlling it, I wanted to have more than just winter food supply at home so that we don't have to shop. We are not taking the virus situation seriously. We could have contained that in spring if we have practiced this physical distancing like the doctors recommended. and some of us didn't take that seriously, and it's still there. Now that's the season of natural disaster in the United States, and we are still dealing with that virus. And when there is natural disaster like storm or fire or hurricane, they create a shelter for people to stay there, and it will be hard to practice this physical distancing by living in mass like that. So soon it will be winter, we will have cold, flu, and it's just going to be harder to deal with the virus on top of it. So for that reason, I was trying to stock up for winter. We usually stock up for the year in winter, and I told my husband that I'll do it now, so that because I don't know how winter will be, I'm not going to go shopping with the kids and him. So it's just better we stock up on now for winter, and probably for more than just winter. And that was the reason why we purchased the rice, the pasta, the tomato puree, and now we use it. We use some of it. It was useful to have it, and we use them during this time. So I will continue to stock up, and I will replenish my freezers. I won't use more than our budget, and I might even use more than my budget if I found something on sale that I need to have in my freezer. I will do that. Just like in July, we took $500 out of our income. It was not part of our grocery budget to purchase the rice, because we didn't go to Sam's Club in spring because of the virus. We didn't want to shop in many stores. And when my husband went there, I said, you take 500, you go there, you buy rice, and you buy toilet paper. He spent about 300 something there. He didn't find all the toilet paper that he wanted to get. And when he went back weeks later, they were out of toilet paper. He only got one bag that day, and we have it. So it's for those things that it's good to have things on hand. And last time we really stock up on toilet paper was in 2018. So in spring 2020, we bought maybe 2 from Walmart, but then I think from Sam's Club or something like that. And it was when we were trying to try Sam's Club to see if that's better than what we buy at Walmart, so that we can stock up. But now you can even buy multiple of those things because many people want them. But as for the rice, it was there, so there was no limit on it, and we buy them. So, and that's that. So we are going to see what is on sale when the ads come. I don't use coupon, I just use the ad. What is on sale for the week, I stock up if that's something I use. So relying on the store and now to have things on hand at home is a little bit risky. So those are the things that I learned from the situation we have gone through. Having more snack on hand is something I'll work on, and having spare batteries on hand is something I need to have as well. And probably having another bag with not enough charcoal at all time in the garage is a good idea as well. I think I have enough matches cheese on hand. So that's that. We have oil, we have our food staples, and I'll can more meat. So that's something I learned from this as well. And have nightlights battery powered at home is a good idea. I thought about LED lamp. My husband wouldn't find it. Many people were buying those things. Many people were buying chocolates. He wouldn't find them in the store. But I was able to cook with wood. So that's that. And if I forget something, I'll put in the description, or it'll be in my blog on my website, Nina Soap, or it'll be in the comments. So if you have dealt with those terms, or you are dealing with those kind of natural disaster, I wish you stay safe and just stay positive, and everything will go back to normal soon. You stay safe. I'm Afiavi Ojune Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and owners of Nina's Soap, the blog, Nina's Soap, our natural product, online store, and Liberman.com, our custom design apparel. We are inviting you to shop in our store. If you are looking for individual hand towels to use in the bathroom, for everybody to use a single one to avoid spreading germ in case somebody didn't wash his hand properly, well, we have those on our website, and much more of natural products. You stay safe. Thank you for watching our video. Thank you for your that subscribe, and thank you for your that commented. Stay safe.